Zay told me he sent some shit, so be working on some amen shit. Yeah, club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views. Ain't cut like us, we stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no I ain't.
All right, thank you guys for joining us. We're at Artificially Genuine, episode 4, part 7.
Damn, we're already
Part 7.
Love
baby.
this shit, bro.
Yeah,
Isn't
dude.
it so easy though, like to do this?
Once you get really tipsy, it becomes a lot easier.
And we're gonna get you guys tipsy when you guys come over.
Yeah, so just anticipate that.
Yeah, you're gonna have such a good time when you're here. Like we're gonna make it so easy, and we stop and like, dude. And you know, this conversations that we're having, just so we could close it out like this is, we're called Artificially Genuine because we're using artificial intelligence to kind of guide the conversation a little bit. It's a part of what we use for this podcast. We're the genuine part of it. The artificial is the AI that we use to kind of guide the conversation. With that being said,
we ask questions. We use ChatGPT, but we mix it up. Sometimes we riff, and we just kind of take it from there.
But our main thing is mental health.
Mental health. We're gonna end this on mental health, so we'll get to that. But real quick, let's talk about love.
Damn. What is love to you, Fabian? Because I know I was a surprise question for you. Like, what is love to you, bro? Like,
what is love to me?
Yeah, what is love, bro? Everybody has a different interpretation of what love is.
I just feel like when you fall in love with somebody, I feel like when two people fall in love, it's just like two people that can understand each other.
Yeah.
Whether they're in a good state, bad state, but it's like at least they're there to support each other.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, to me, I just connect love with support.
Support how though? Like support, like as in like they rub your back, or support as in they say,
"Fuck
yeah, baby, you can do it."
A little bit of everything. Sometimes support is just giving someone space.
Okay. Oh,
giving someone space, like, dude, if you know they're not in a good state and they say, hey, get away, like, just check up on them. But, dude, give them some time. Give them some time. Everybody's different. If you really want to get to know them, when they're not in that mind state, ask questions. Be like, hey, what made you want to be alone? Like, personally, for me, the way I kind of grew up, I kind of did a lot of things by myself. Yeah. So that's how I kind of am able to kind of get through certain things. Give me my space, give me my 15 minutes, and then I'll come back. And then I can open up even more freely.
Yeah. But they never give you that space, though.
Dude, they fucking smother.
Yeah.
It's like, like, I feel like I'm about to start uppercutting
they're so emotional. Like, okay, I'm not saying they're all emotional, but it's like there's things sometimes that doesn't have to be discussed right there and then. Like
right then and then. That's all I ask.
Because what happens if you like for me, example, like if we're discussing something in the heat of the moment, right? Heat of the moment. And like we're at each other's necks about things and you keep on discussing about it, it's like you're not going to get the best version of the mentality. Like if I'm angry, I'm not going to give you the best responses. I'm probably going to give you the worst responses possible. But like there has to be a time where you kind of just step back and read like in court. You know, in court when they say let's have a 10-minute recess.
Yeah,
that's on purpose, bro. That's how so you don't get so emotional. It's something that relationships should utilize is a little bit of space. Like, oh, he leaves for 15 minutes. He's gonna go sleep with the girl real quick. Like, if that happens to you, you're in the wrong relationship. But it's like, like we like you're mad, I'm mad, and like it shouldn't be a discussion when. I mean, girls can operate on emotion. We're in their field when we're going emotional. Yeah. That's their ring. Well, let's get emotional. Let's say some weird shit. And they want to say some rude shit. They want to say, yo, motherfucker, like, I hate rubbing your dirty feet. Like, whatever it is. Like, they want to hit you with the worst stuff, but it's like, you don't want to say some stuff that to counter, like, well, you're XYZ is this. And like, it becomes like a boxing match. And we don't want to get to that. Like men are not emotional like that. We don't like, well, I hate the way, like, bro, give us a moment and we take a 10, we come back and we discuss the issue at hand. Like,
I agree. Because in my experience, all right, let's say you let the cat out of the bag. It's a Pandora box. Once you said it, that's done. Yeah. And they like to use that later down the line. Oh. Like, oh, hey, you said this. Oh. And man, there's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
And for me, like I was watching The Great Gatsby the other day.
Yeah.
I know it's one of your favorites.
One of my faves.
One thing that I seen was like Leonardo, dude, he started off as the kindest, sweetest guy. he had the girl Daisy had this perfect mental picture of him. And towards the end of the movie, like at one point, he snapped, but he was outraged because they were pressing him on, like, "Hey, you didn't come from a wealthy family. You're not wealthy, and you won't be able to provide for Daisy one day from the homeboy." But he lashes one time, and that shatters Daisy's perspective of Leonardo, Mr. Gatsby. And dude, that literally, so you can start off being the nicest guy and have one time where like, hey, I had to let loose, and that ruins the whole emotional dialect of what they had as a connection.
Yeah.
And I've been through it multiple times, but I learn every single time. But just know that, dude, you can be the bad boy. You can be a jerk in the beginning the entire time. And that's what they know of you. So when you become nice, it's like, oh, hey, it's like a little light at the end of the tunnel. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you have to be pitch perfect the entire time? No.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword because, like, through my experience, I've noticed that, like, you can be nice and, like you said, like, and ruin it once, and then all of a sudden, like, in that moment, it erases everything you've ever done. And that's not okay. So me, I like being an asshole all the time. And I'm not talking about being an asshole, I sleep with your fucking mom. No, that's not what it means. It means an asshole of, like, I'm not going to fucking talk about this right now. Leave me the hell alone. And then you walk away, and it's just like, well, why aren't we arguing? Like, this is not good. This is not a good. Like, I know how to be both. That's one thing I learned, how to be nice. And then once they start taking advantage of it, then you're going to get the asshole version of me, which is not that much of an asshole, but it's not as like, all right, pleasant. Baby, let's stop fighting. Like I'm not going to sit there and be like, come on, baby, please stop talking to me like that. You said my fucking breath stinks every day. Like, I'm not going to sit there and let you fucking just stab me with the worst shit ever and you get away with it. Like I got some shit like I want to say some horrible shit too, but I don't reach that deep so I could break my partner down. It's not about breaking the partner down and be like, oh, he's a fucking punk and he I'm going to step all over him. I'm going to get whatever I want. Like, dude, if you're from a relationship and you thinking that you're going to take advantage of this person that's being nice, like, you might have to evaluate yourself and what you see in a partner. Like, oh, a person's supposed to take care of me because my dad took care of me. He gave me everything I wanted. But it's like, is that really healthy in a relationship? Like, is that realistic? Yeah, you want a rich guy that's going to take care of you and you can feel you don't have to work and you can be at home all day and take care of the kids. But it's like, in a society, maybe that was cool in the 1970s, 80s, but now you both have to work for something. It's not just one person sits at home and I'm going to make my man food. Like, yeah, that's a hard job, but like, how about you go to work and I stay at home?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like,
Yeah.
what's that? We could dominate that.
Yeah.
I feel like we could dominate it.
I feel like Ben will take over that real quick.
Oh, yeah. But then all of a sudden, like, if your girl, like, makes more money than you and she's more successful than you, then she expects you to be, like, next to her. And it's just like, is that fair that, like, she makes more money than you and then she could treat you a certain way? Like, you would never treat her a certain way if she was at home and you would want her to, like, get better too, Like, you don't want her to be like, she's going to, like, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but what I'm trying to say is, like, it shouldn't be like a girl automatically would not be interested in you if she makes more money than you. Like, she wants to find a guy that's higher than her, and it's a balance.
I agree. One thing that I learned and I noticed is sometimes when you go into a relationship, either early on or just a few months in, there's unspoken communication unspoken expectations from each other.
Yeah.
So I want to say communication is key.
Yeah.
If there's something that's bothering you, I want to say kind of at least let it out early on. So that way there's at least expectations. Because if you just assume that, that person's going to come around and they need to start doing this and that, if you never said it, don't ever expect it.
Yeah.
So there's unspoken expectations that we need to start opening up on.
And I think it goes
both sides.
And I think it's your quote, like, have low expectations, and whatever low expectations you have, if they exceed it, which they will, because they're so low, it's a positive. And it should be that at all times. Like, just be like, you know what, my partner's probably not going to do that. Instead of being like, yo, he's going to give me something for Valentine's Day, it's going to be amazing. And then he gets you some roses and just like, well, we're not going out. Like, your expectations are too high. So just lower them for the relationship's sake, so you don't have to get your feelings hurt. Because at the end of the day, once you guys stop arguing about whatever you're arguing about, And say if you guys break apart, you guys are gonna have that like, fuck, well, he wasn't that bad. But in the moment, oh, he's the worst person ever. He's doing X, Y, Z. But once that month goes past and you guys are not with each other, you guys are like, well, my partner wasn't really that bad. Like, there's nothing really out here for me.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel about relationships right now. It's just like there's so much social media changed it a lot to where the grass is greener on the other side. But once you get onto the other side, you're like, dang, like I actually missed the connection. Like that connection it's built with time and acceptance. But if you're thinking like the next guy's going to do that for you, like, and they probably will, but most likely they won't because the connection won't be there and you're expecting it right off the bat.
Agreed. All right. We're going to take a break, but go ahead and like, comment down below.
I start crying right now.
Let it go.
Zay told me he sent some shit, so been working on some amen shit. Yeah, club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views and cut like us. We're stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no I ain't no thug. Now we in the club, we threw a dub, now we on the move. You ain't no plug, no he